Hi everyone! Not too long ago I looked at some PvZ2 mods. Well, let's turn back time and do it again. As we know, carelessly using time travel is what PvZ2 is all about. Today though, it's gonna be completely different mods. I hope you'll enjoy. To kick things off, we have PvZ2 Nightcast. Let's play it. So the mod starts off with some tutorials explaining the new mechanics. I appreciate that, it makes my job as a commentator a lot easier. So then these changes, what are they? First of all, there's what they call sides. Basically, each level has 3 different variations: A side, B side, and C side. But what does this actually mean? Well, they're all different difficulties. A is easy, B is medium, so C is hard. This is actually a really good idea. We're all used to seeing mods that just ramp up the difficulty to ridiculous levels, which is fine if you like that, but maybe there's certain mods that you like the new features, but they're just too hard for you, or maybe even too easy. Well, with these sides, you can play however you want. Not just with the sides too. There's another feature, tiering. Each plant can be tiered, which changes its stats in some ways, but they're not traditional upgrades like we're used to. For example, I tiered my walnut. Now it has more health and a faster recharge, which is great. But that comes with the downside of a higher than usual cost. So with these great customization options, new levels, rebalanced plants, and more, this is shaping up to be a great mod, but they're not done yet. There will be a big update coming soon. I can't tell you all the details, but I do know there will at least be some new zombies coming into play. Look forward to that. But you know what's better than a Nightcast? A night timeline. Or is it? I don't know. All I know is that our next mod is called Night Timelines. What this mod does is heavily alters one of the worlds. So instead of modern day, we now have modern night, an even more difficult version. Let's go. So it starts off with the hardest first level I've ever seen. Or so I thought, but it turns out since I had a new save with nothing unlocked, I was stuck using the default plants. So I'll be right back. Okay, much better. Well, maybe I overdid it a bit. But yeah, I like the idea of this mod. Modern Night is a pretty cool concept. There's new plants, well, returning plants from PvZ1. Scaredy Shroom, Doom Shroom, also Magic Shroom, which is from the Chinese version. There's even Gold Magnet, although with a different effect than before. In PvZ1, Gold Magnet could pick up coins. Now he can remove zombies? Well, that's certainly an upgrade. So cool plants, cool world, great mod, right? Well, there's still a lot that needs to be done. It's not complete yet. But the bigger problem is that all of the new features don't necessarily work that well. For example, there's a whack-a-zombie level, but there's no hammer or any kind of visual feedback, so it doesn't really feel right. There's also fog in certain levels, but that needs polishing too. Still, a lot of potential here. But enough night. Time for PvZ2 Original. Well, what's so original about it? Let's find out. It doesn't really have any big obvious changes when you first start, but the more you play, the more stuff you'll see. There's different balancing, some new zombie spawns, all of that good stuff. One change I like is how power-ups work. Instead of them being something you buy with coins, essentially making things pay to win, here, the power-ups are free, but they have long cooldowns. This means that using them is actually an important part of your strategy, not just saving them as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Let's keep playing. There's some cool new levels too. You can play column like you see them, that's cool. And whoa, what's this level? This is really different. Oh wait, it's an ad. Hang on, why am I getting ads all of a sudden? Whatever. There's also some new worlds, Time Twister and Epic Quest. Let's check them out. If you didn't know, Time Twister was originally planned as the final world in PvZ2 instead of modern day. As for this mod, well, it's basically the same idea as modern day. Any zombie can appear. There's these portals that summon zombies from other worlds, but on the lawn from Penny's Pursuit, I guess. As for Epic Quest, I have no idea what this is. One thing I don't like about this mod there are these things called gates. They're basically paywalls. In order to play the rest of the levels in the world, I need to buy this specific power-up. And if I can't afford it, then I'll need to grind other worlds to get it. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's still a dumb idea. There was no reason I needed to lose almost all of my money like that. Overall though, pretty solid mod. Doesn't deviate too much from the main game, but has enough changes to still make it worth playing. Our next mod will be Plants vs. Zombies Dungeons. This mod's all about fleshing out the various endless zones. I feel like PvZ2 really dropped the ball when it came to its endless modes. They're okay, but nothing really lives up to Survival Endless from the first game. Well, in Dungeons, we can make them more interesting. They still work mostly the same. You get to pick one plant out of a random draw, your lawnmowers and plant food will carry over from each level. But you have a bigger selection of plants that you start with. The zombies and their difficulty is increased, and sometimes you'll even have special objectives. This is basically taking the brain busters from the main adventure and incorporating them in the endless zones. It's a good idea, helps add more variety. And another thing is that there are a lot of balance changes, too many to go over, and I didn't get to use all the plants, so no idea if most of them are good or not. I will say some of the sun costs are pretty outrageous, but overall, good concept. Still no Survival Endless, but I liked what I played so far. Moving on, we got Shallow. It starts with a pretty interesting take on the story. Instead of Dave wanting to travel back in time to eat his taco again, his taco was just so bad that he has to travel back in time and tell himself not to eat it. So unlike other mods, which tend to ramp things up to 11, this is a more slow-paced mod. And when I say slow, I mean it. These levels take quite a while. It's 25 sun meta, which is interesting for a PvZ2 mod, and the balancing is a little unconventional. For example, Cabbage Pult now being a 325 sun power plant, but it's not really easy to save up a lot of sun in this mod, so your more expensive plants will have to be used sparingly. One feature that is really cool is that you're actually able to buy plants with coins, so you don't need to wait to unlock them. If there's a specific plant you want, you should be able to get it. I like that. Overall, this isn't one of the flashier mods, it's pretty simple, but it's fun. There's a lot of cool levels in there. Finally, we'll be trying Expedition. Not really sure what to expect with this one. It starts off pretty normal, another 25 sun meta mod, but other than that, nothing too crazy has changed. But let's move on to Ancient Egypt. Where the hell are we? Well, I guess we'll just play. Oh, I won? Okay, well let's do the next level. Again? I guess it's just skipping ahead to help me unlock stuff faster, which I can appreciate. I had a lot of mods to play today, so it happens again and... Whoa, what's happening? Okay, I don't know why Squash and Citron are talking over PvZ Heroes music, and it's not like I can even read what they're saying. And who the heck is this? Okay, well, whatever, so we can literally skip ahead through this entire world. Now it's time for some real levels. First is a relatively basic level, then it's night, next level. Easter, also there's ice. Then Easter again, then the 4th of July with minecarts and sun tiles. Yeah, so the thing with this mod is that it likes to jump between world gimmicks and season pretty much every level. This makes it so that you never know what to expect. So if you like the idea of playing with the entire ocean in your backyard, definitely check this one out. Well, we did it. We went through another round of some really cool mods. But as fun as it was, that'll have to do for today. I got things to do, you know? Well, not really, but we gotta save some fun stuff for next time. Let me know what mods you want to see in a future video. Until then, I've been Extra. Have a wondrous rest of your day.